What is going on, everybody? Lieutenant Gold here. Hope you guys are having an awesome day today. It's time for the week 7 of the UPA against SW and the coach name that I cannot think of at this moment. But yeah, SW has a very threatening team. It's the first time I actually hear of him since the obviously since the app and everything before the league. He's a really nice guy. Just like majority of the people in the UPA, just make sure to check them out. They're all going to be in the description below. A lot of them have actually experienced a lot of growth since joining the UPA, which is what as we intended as admin. And this makes me really happy personally because it makes me feel like we're doing our job correctly. Our goal was to bring some people to light that maybe have not been able to get as much views as other people, so this makes me really happy personally. I know JB said he was pretty content with that, so and I'm really thankful for you guys for not only watching my videos but showing support to all of the coaches as well. So I just wanted to do a quick little shout out to you guys, but also yeah, so make sure to check them out. Make sure to like and sub to me as well. I want a piece of that cake, you know what I mean? But yeah, just wanted to express that real quick before we get onto the team and then get onto the battle. Now we already played, and there is a bit of a mulligan. I don't know if I mentioned it while the mulligan happened, but I accidentally ended the recording because it turns out if you press spacebar on OBS, for some fucking reason it turns off your recording, or it stops my recording anyway. So I don't have my side, but I'll have from his side my thought process, everything. The game didn't happen too long ago, so I was able to do that pretty quickly, but I wanted to go over this team real quick before I do that. Enough of me talking, let's go ahead and get into the team. So his team consists of Clefable, Zygarde, Arcanine, Crobat, Heliolisk, Armaldo, Gallade, Quagsire, Vanillux, Roselia, and G-Max Corviknight. So first of all, looking at this team, I fucking wouldn't. This team is fucking gross, dude. What the actual fuck? It's just fat, it's just thick, and usually these are pretty nice attributes, but good god, this thing just makes me want to. Well, but Clef, I mean, one of the things that's pretty annoying is two unaware Pokemon makes Zapdos, Galarian Zapdos, kind of a, I don't want to say useless, but it makes it difficult for it to break through his teams. But Thunderous Kick is still extremely spammable. It still does a lot to Clef. Brave Bird still 2-hit KOs Clef. U-turn is great for momentum. That's why we're bringing it, by the way. U-turn is great for momentum. Let me also bring out my handy dandy notes I have over here. Whoop, that was weird. Things like that. So we're going to be bringing Scarf in case he wants to bring things like Scarf Vanillux. In case if he wants to bring DD Zygarde, we can speed type. Wait, actually, what's the speed for? Oh yeah, for if he wants to bring Scarf Arcanine as well. I always think Arcanine is base 100, but it's base 95? Question mark? I don't want to go back. That's fine. I think it's base 95. I think I get that mistaken. But yeah, we have 100 defense for the. We can live a non-max attack. Just like a no attack. Sorry, Corviknight. It's G-Max. We can live it like a max here or whatever his G-Max move is called. Which maybe he can go for. We can get the +2 and then go for Thunderous Kick. We should be able to 2-hit KO. Hopefully he's not Mirror Armor. I just thought about this. Oh shit. I completely forgot about that ability. If he's Mirror Armor, we'll lower our own defenses. Oh, that could be problematic. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna be okay. But Brave Bird, like I said, 2-hit KOs Clef. Stomping Tantrum. It's gonna be there for the Heliolisk. It's gonna be there for the Arcanine, I suppose. But yeah, Flying Stab looks really good. Armaldo doesn't appreciate it. Gallade doesn't appreciate it. Roselia doesn't appreciate it. Clefable doesn't appreciate it. Stuff like that. So yeah, really spammable. Great late game sweeper. Great revenge killer is what I'm trying to get at here. Super important Vaporeon. Why is my notes? Nope, you're not supposed to see that. that's for the Nuzlocke that's happening right now that you guys are hopefully watching. But this is, I'm going to move this over. This is Vaporeon here. It's going to be really important for things like Zygarde, which pressures my team enormously. Corviknight if he wants to set up. Things like Arcanine if he wants to be banded, because banded Arcanine's a freaking threat. Things like Gallade could be an issue, so any physical threat, this is what this is for. Which protects Scald Ice Beam. Originally wanted to put Heal Bell because this Pokemon has a tendency to like being toxic, or maybe it doesn't like it, but it fucking gets it toxic anyways. So wanted to bring Heal Bell. However, Scald, depending on the investments that he has in his Zygarde, can potentially not be a 2-hit KO. And I didn't really want to risk it, so I decided to put Ice Beam instead. Plus it's great for things like Roselia, because I don't want him to bring Roselia for whatever reason. And I didn't want to be reliant on just Scald for this matchup, so because I also get walled by Heliolisk, because it has Dry Skin. So that's why we have Ice Beam on there. Speed is going to be for no speed Corviknight, in case he wants to be no speed. I think no speed on Corviknight hits I think it's base 69 or something. Nice. But yeah. It lives a banded animate Zygarde if he goes for Outrage. Leftover isn't Spit F and Special Attack. The Spit F doesn't actually do anything too fancy. It's just kind of there for overall bulk. And for Special Attack, just because why not? Might as well, right? Might as well. This Slurpuff set is something I'm extremely excited about. Citrus Berry and Burden, Sticky Webs, Dazzling Gleam, Yawn, Copycat, Max HP, 4 HP, Max Defense, Bold, 180 Special Attack, 4 Spit F, 68 Speed. Now, this is made in a very specific way. First of all, Sticky Webs. For Sticky Webs, lowering my opponent's team, lowering speed of like Arcanine is nice, lowering speed for Zygarde is nice. Things like Gallade and Heliolisk, though that way they're not much of an issue. Dazzling Gleam with the special attack, 2-hit KOs Zygarde, so this actually, plus the Citrus Berry, allows me to 1v1 it, because if he's max HP, max Spit F Zygarde, there's a chance he doesn't get 2-hit KO'd, but if he's just max Spit F, or if he's just max HP, a little bit of Spit F, Dazzling Gleam always 2-hit KOs. The point of this is that he hits me with a move, right? Whether it's, I'm assuming it's gonna be Thunderous, 1,000 arrows, right? I go for Dazzling Gleam, do about 50%, eat my Citrus Berry. I am now faster. I have now enough HP to take an extreme speed and go for another Dazzling Gleam and knock him out. Especially if he's not banded, I'd definitely take a 1,000 arrow. That's gonna be the idea behind it. I'm gonna put Yawn just because things like Yawning the Quagsire, Yawning the Corviknight is great. Clef, like the big fat Pokemon, kind of disabling them, making sure they're not, they can't recover and stuff like that is going to be pretty useful. And Copycat, Copycat is gonna be another great tech. I don't know if this is gonna work, but if he wants to lead Veil, because he has Veil with Vanillix too, on top of all the fat shit he's got there. If he wants to lead Veil, right? Hypothetically, we are technically 1 point faster, but it's a Vanillix. You always put a little speed in Vanillix, right? You always got maybe 20, 100 speed, right? So he's gonna be faster, guys. He's gonna be faster. He's gonna go for Veil, okay? We're gonna Copycat the Veil and get our own Veil up. You feel me? If he gets Veil, we get Veil. You know what I'm saying? It's the it's the never mind. So that's gonna be Copycat. I think this is gonna be pretty fun. So I don't think he's gonna be expecting it. So it was either that or Calm Mind. Who the frick wants to be in Calm Mind? So I decided Copycat would be funner. I could have been Wish as well, or Heal Bell. But again, Copycat is funner, and I kind of want to catch him off guard, and I kind of want to take less damage on my team. So, especially because we did not bring any Defogger, spoiler alert, and his rock setter, which is Clef or Maldo, can set up rocks pretty easily on my team. But you know, it wouldn't be us if we were very, very ill prepared and to make a very bad team. Moving on to the Metagross. Expert Belt, Crest Nut, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, Meteor Mash. With yes, a naive nature, max HP, 244 speed, 12 defense. Now, did I need to be naive nature with an expert build to Oko or Quagsire? You bet your butt I did. And that's the only reason we're naive. If we're not naive, we don't kill. Actually, I don't think with this set we kill. We had to be Life Orb, and I'm not bringing freaking Life Orb Metagross. I mean, I could, but keeping this somewhat healthy is kind of nice. I also wanted to put Earthquake or Zen Headbutt on one of those, because Zen Headbutt would have been nice for the Crobat, although we have Ice Punch for it. I wanted to bring Earthquake for something. Oh, because we get walled by Arcanine by the set. The best thing we can hit Arcanine with is Thunder Punch, and it doesn't do a whole lot. Also, fun fact, Thunder Punch only does 50% to just max HP Corviknight. What the fuck? Corviknight is a garbage Pokemon to go against. It's a great Pokemon, and I freaking hate it, and I hate playing against it. And it's gonna be G-Max, so Thunder Punch is literally doing 25%. Isn't that freaking ridiculous? This one has 135 base attack, dude. Oh my god. Anyways, Corviknight just is a ridiculous Pokemon, and this is not even just me after the battle. Spoilers, but just, man, Corviknight's just a freaking... They look at Skarm and they were like, let's make this Pokemon a bit better and more annoying to deal with, and yeah, we're gonna make sure Lieutenant Gold hates it. Anyways, here's Rotom. With choice specs this week again: Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Shadow Ball, Willow. Now, yes, I could have put Defog on it, but I'm assuming his switch-in for this is going to be Zygarde or the Quagsire, so making sure those two are burned so that way they can get whittled down pretty easily is nice. Burning the Corviknight was also going to be, I thought was a pretty good idea. Or the Armaldo, or the Galade, he has a lot of physical attackers, or the Crobat. But this allows me to 2-hit KO the Corviknight if he's G-Max, even if he's max HP, max breath, which is the main purpose why we brought this. Speed is going to be for max speed Vanillux, if I'm not mistaken, and I think we were like a few points away from being modest too, which is kind of sad. But that's okay, we'll have 92 HP instead, which is nice. But yeah, this thing kind of just spams Shadow Ball or Thunderbolt if he doesn't bring both of his ground types, which he will. I'm sure he will. Zygarde has a really good matchup, and Quagsire I'm sure is great for the Metagross and for the Zapdos and the Entei. So I'm sure he's going to be bringing them. So Shadow Ball is going to be pretty spammable, unless you bring Heliolisk, which does resist both of my stabs, quote unquote resist, because it ignores the ghost. I am rambling, you guys, I apologize. And then lastly is going to be Frozone, the Weavile. Life Orb this week, Triple Axle, Knockoff, Ice Shard, and Poison Jab. Now I have to keep in mind that Extreme Speed, its name is in fact its favorite speed, goes before Ice Shard, so if I am low health, I guess I can Ice Shard it just in case he doesn't have E-Speed on the Zygarde, but I'm assuming he's going to be bringing it. So again, so this, we are Adamant, 60 HP max attack Adamant. The reason behind it is we have enough speed to outspeed a creeping Helioptile creeping on base 100. So we outspeed a Helioptile outspeeding base 100s, because we, against a Crobat, we are faster, but we're just, actually, no, we're not faster. So we would speed creeping a Helioptile, but we would miss out on being Adamant by literally 1 point. So I just said, screw it, we're just gonna assume that he's gonna have enough speed for base 100s on the Helioptile, and then just bring Adamant and outspeed them. So that way we get to be Adamant and save a little bit of HP too, which is really nice. Poison Jab does about 30% to Clef, so you gotta make sure that Clef is kind of weakened to be able to take KO. If he's around 50%, then it's reliable to a KO. Life Orb is great for just overall damage. Icicle, Crash, he has a hard time switching into it. Ice aggression to knockoffs, things like Arcanine doesn't appreciate it. This is also one of the reasons why I wanted Zapdos to be Scarf, is that if he is Scarf Arcanine, we could go into our Zapdos and revenge it. So yeah, that's gonna be the team, and yeah, we're getting into the battle right about now. Time for the battle. So as you can tell, this is not my side. I unfortunately discovered that that when you press spacebar, when you have OBS open, it turns off your recording, and therefore I don't have a my side of the video didn't go up, but we can happily see SW side. He was able to send me his side of the battle, so that way we still have, you know, something to record for you guys, and I have it on 1.5 speed. So I led with the Slurpuff, seeing the Vanillix. I wanted to get the Halo. I thought it'd be a pretty cool tech. As he's gonna lead, as you obviously saw, Arcanine. So this is a special Arcanine, but I don't know that. So I think I'm just gonna go into Vaporeon here, just to kind of eat up a hit. Not the best matchup, because he can't really touch this Arcanine, if I remember correctly. We only have Dazzling Gleam, right? Unless we could have yawned it if you want to, but I mean, it wasn't really necessary. So we're gonna go into Hollister, Fizz Def Vaporeon, take a Flamethrower. Oops, excuse me. Fairly well, which is a crit. Unbelievable. But that crit doesn't do too much for us, so we should be okay. Here I believe we're just gonna throw off either a Scald or a Toxic. I don't remember exactly, not gonna lie. Sorry, this game happened about 2-3 days ago. He's taking a bit of his time, but I think, yeah, he goes into his Clefable here. So I think we just throw off a Scald. Scald is about 50 to 40%. And we're gonna go for a Wish. That's right. Get some HP back. But we filled up pretty much half of that Flamethrower that we took. Here I'm expecting a Wish on his side. I'm expecting potentially Rocks, maybe a Moonblast. We have a really easy switch in as in the Metagross. I don't think he would go for Flamethrower if he did have it while the Vaporeon's in. So we're just going to go into Reinhardt, the Metagross here. He doesn't want to take a Meteor Mash to the face. He's going to get his Rocks up, which is actually a really good play on his end, because I don't think brought removal. We did not bring removal. Here, he could bring the Arcanine. As we saw, Arcanine doesn't have Intimidate. It has Flash Fire, which is actually pretty good for us. Here, I expect the Zygarde to come in and start setting up. So I believe either that or I go for the Meteor Mash on this turn. So we do have the Ice Punch if you want to, or the Thunder Punch. I am going to go for the Ice Punch, expecting the Zygarde, but he makes a easy prediction of Arcanine. Here we could just go back into Vaporeon. As you can see, he clicked Toxic, which is a good play on his part. I thought he was going to be like a Spec set or a Scarf set. That's what I was fearing, as a Scarf Arcanine. He's going to go for Toxic and Toxic Vaporeon, which is an amazing play on his end. He's definitely playing really, really well. We're going to get that chip off. That Stealth Rock damage. Here, again, Scald does about 50-ish%. We can also go for a Wish and get some HP back, if we want to. We see that he misgened his Vanillix, by the way. It does not have Hail. It has Ice Body. That was a misgen on his end. But here, looking at his team, Zapdos can potentially be the win con. We just gotta make sure we get some threats weakened. So things like we're getting for Scald here, do about 50-ish% and get the burn, which is burn with an accent. Get the burn. Burn looks real nice. But yeah, Zapdos looking like the win con. We just gotta get some damage on the Quagsire, get some damage on the Clef, and Zapdos can kind of run through his team, which is really nice. Here, we can double into the Metagross pretty easily. As we're going to see, he's going to go into his Arcanine, predicting me to switch into the Metagross, which is, again, he's pivoting around me really, really well. But he's been predicting, so I'm gonna say this is the play. We're gonna stay in. We're gonna go for Meteor Mash. As he reveals that he's gonna go for a flamethrower. Again, this man is in my head, you guys. I don't know what the he's Professor X, bro. He is in my head. I do not know how, but yeah, he's gonna go for flamethrower, obliterate our Metagross. The crit did not matter, unfortunately, because we are minus per def nature, so that we can have Grass Knot and kill a Quagsire. And this was actually really, really bad, because we now have nothing to hit the Quagsire. We have nothing to hit the Clef. Yeah, it's nothing for the Corviknight. So this was really bad for us. This is probably a really, really terrible play. Not probably, it definitely was a terrible play. Instant regret right there and then. Probably shouldn't have risked it. Should have went to Hollister, which I ended up going into it afterwards anyways. But we're going to take a whole bunch of chip, which I wanted to avoid in the first place. Here, Scott is looking pretty free. If he wants to go into the Clef, he can. By the way, he's double Rocky Helmet. Double Rocky Helmet. That's crazy. We're gonna go for a wish here. We're gonna try to get some HP back. The leftovers are kind of helping, kind of mitigate the poison damage that we're taking. Here, I could probably go for a Scald, or I could be a bit more offensive. But I'm gonna go and switch out. But I'm gonna go for a Scald here. No burn, which doesn't really matter, as we're gonna see a Moonblast is gonna come off, do a pretty good chunk. But we're going to get the wish, we're going to get the leftovers, so we're going to be sitting about 75%, I think. Yeah, 75%. So we technically gained some HP, give or take, but we kind of probably should be switching out. We noticed that we were faster than this this Clef, but don't worry, I'm going to forget 3 turns later, so it's not that much of a deal. I think we're going to make the aggressive switch into the Rotom. If I remember correctly, because Rotom Shadow Ball is extremely spammable because he did not bring the Heal Up Towel, which is a big problem for the Rotom because it resists its Electric Stab and it's immune to its Ghost Stab, of course. Voltigas is going to come in, get a little bit of Rock Chip as he's going to Soft Boil. So here, either he stays in or he switches out. He has 2 ground types. I'm expecting to switch into either the Zygarde or into the Quagsire. It wouldn't make sense, right? But because Thunderbolt 2 KOs, Shadow Ball I believe is a roll. It would be a high roll if he's just max HP, but we're just gonna Shadow Ball, and it does a good chunk. So it seems like we got a max roll here. He's gonna Moonblast, and we don't get the special attack drop, which is really, really important. Which means that we can go for another Shadow Ball and do a good amount of damage. Nothing really wants to take that. Obviously, things like the I don't know if the Arcanine will live from this range, but the Clef weakening it, like I said, is going to be great for the Zapdos. So that's going to be in range, I believe, of a Brave Bird. So this is exactly what we wanted. Now we need the Quagsire about 50% off as well, so that we can get within the range of Brave Bird. I'm gonna Shadow Ball again here, and he is barely going to live on a sliver of health, about 10% HP, give or take. So here we have to switch out into our switch in, which is Vaporeon, of course. I need to bring Heal Bell and Vaporeon more often. This thing gets toxic every other week. I think it's gotten toxic pretty much every time it's come in. Really gotta make sure we keep. I think bringing Heal Bell on Slurpuff is something we need to start doing, tending to our healers. As we see, the Quag is unaware. The Clef is unaware, but he's gonna go into his Corviknight, which has the ability to G-Max, by the way. So we're gonna Scald, do about a third, and we're gonna get the burn, and that burn is super duper important, because now if he is set up Corviknight, it makes sure that he's not as much of a threat as he could have been. So this is actually really, really helpful. As he is Iron Defense, Roost, Body Press, Power Trip, which is a disgusting set, by the way. What the fuck, dude? You know, I thought SW and I, we were good pals from, you know, from what we talked and stuff like that. No, I'm not even talking to the guy anymore. I'm joking, by the way. He's a really, really nice person. Definitely check him out. But he's gonna go for Iron Defense here as I go for Protect, because I was expecting him to Gigantamax. But he did not. He did not do that. So when I realized that he's Iron Defense, I'm like, alright, he is Body Press. He is, I'm assuming, either Iron Defense 3 attacks, or Iron Defense, Roost, Body Press, and I had to figure out if he was a Steel type, or which stab he was, basically, but he, not knowing, obviously, that he has Power Trip, because I'm kind of dumb sometimes. So, I'm going to think that for some reason I could 1v1 this Corviknight and let it sit up all over me, for whatever reason. I'm telling you guys, I'm not smart. I am not smart. But we're gonna protect here, because I did expect the Gmax to happen. As he's gonna reveal Pound Trip. Now I actually didn't see that Pound Trip. I either looked away or I was calculating something, so I didn't see that Pound Trip. I thought he went for Body Press. So it's like, okay, so he has Body Press. Which is why it's important to always look. So I did not get to see it. But I need him to be, even if he's max HP, max SPDF, I need him to be at around 80% to 85% to die from a Thunderbolt. So here he goes for another Iron Defense. So he's +4, and he is, after the burn, with an 85%. 85% being a low roll. 93, I think, is a high roll. So he is in range of a Thunderbolt. So we're gonna go for Thunderbolt. He has a Wakanberry. Who is this guy? Why? Like, did he look at my sets before this? Like, how did he get access to my brain? What the hell, man? So he's gonna go for Pound Trip, knock me out, because like I said, I thought he had Iron Head and Body Press, because I didn't see the Power Trip. So he's gonna knock us out. He's +4. I'm looking at the counts. The rest of my team is physical except for Porion, but it's slower. So what the fuck do I do? Reval knockout doesn't kill, obviously. Triple Axle on the calc told me that it would do 25%. So I'm like, alright, he's exactly 25% max. So Triple Axle will knock him out. So we're gonna go for it. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Guys, if we got a crit on any one of those, obviously it would knock him out. He lived on 7 HP, and I'm pretty sure we got a low roll. Because he's max HP, max defense. Max defense, Iron Defense. What? I'm telling you, he is in my head. So here I'm hoping for a crit, which I do not get. And he's going to go for Roost, and I'm just getting more and more frustrated. Like, keyboard is about to fly away my window, like, get thrown out my window. It's just not fun. Well, it's not fun, it's just frustrating, obviously. I hate Corviknight so much. I don't know who decided to take Skarmory, right, and make it better. Someone at Game Freak was like, you know what, this Pokemon, you know what it needs? To be a fucking threat. So he's going to go for Body Press, knock out our Weavile, of course. And I'm still sitting here, not knowing what the fuck I'm going to do. But now I realize that he can't touch my Zapdos. Well, he can, but not effectively. And with Thunderous Kick, I'm going to lower his defense. So his Body Press is going to be doing less damage. So I'm assuming he's going to switch, right? He has a Quagsire still. But I have to attack what's in front of me. Going to lower his defense. He's going to go for Body Press. Should be doing about 25%. We have a lot of Fizz Def on this Zapdos, like you guys saw in Team Builder. But I'm assuming he should be switching or Gigantamaxing. Gigantamaxing would be make sure that he gets rid of the Zapdos, which is looking like my win con still. Or switching out. He has a Quack still that could 1v1 this Pokemon. But he's staying in. I'm not sure if he's feels bad for me because he doesn't want to 6-0 me. But, I mean, I'll fucking take it 100%. And he gets a crit on the Zapdos. That actually might have mattered. Now that I'm looking back. Oh, I didn't know he got a crit here. That might have mattered, and I'll get into it later on. But we're gonna knock him out. Thanks to another Thunderous Kick. Thunderous Kick, by the way, 10 out of freaking 10 animation. Every time I see it, it still makes me super happy. I think it's one of my favorite animation. He's gonna go into the ice cream here, not realizing that I am also Scarf, because there's no way he could have known. Expecting he's going to be able to revenge kill me, but we are Scarfed. We are going to be able to knock him out. So Zapdos picks up 2 kills already, so we are not getting 6-0'd, friends. Thank God for that. Because that would have been super scary. I actually don't know. Extreme Speed Thunder. Okay. I never got to see the full Zygarde set, so this is actually nice. No, I didn't know he had spoilers, but I didn't know if he had if he was Choice Bandit or if he was D-Dance. So he's gonna go into Zygarde, which is still fucking scary. He still had a freaking Zygarde in the back. And click 1,000 arrows. I here need to I think I yeah, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go into my Mrs. Buff. It's intended to 1v1 the Zygarde. It's literally here for that. But yo, this animation is crazy. It's 2 crazy animations. We're gonna take that pretty well. We can do 2 things here. We can either hit this Zygarde and do 50%, because like I said, we are intended to 1v1 this Zygarde. So if he wants to D-Dance, we'll take it. Or we can yawn and put it to sleep, but I was scared that he was a Dragon Dance rest set. We're going to eat our Citrus Berry. We are now officially faster. We take an Extreme Speed. Going to go for Dazzling Gleam and do some HP. I mean, do some damage. Even if he goes Arcanine, we still knock him out from this range. Because Arcanine is very weak at that point. And we are faster. So he's going to switch out. Go into his Arcanine. Like I said, D-Gleam should be able to knock him out, which it does. We still have Yawn. We still have Copycat as well. Is it Copycat or Mirror Move? One of those. He's going to his Clef. I'm assuming he's going to try to heal it up. So my hypothesis was, alright, he's going to try to heal up his Clef. I am going to go for Yawn here as he heals, and then myself will copy his Soft Boil, right? And get back up to full health. But he just goes for Moonblast and knocks me out, which is pretty unfortunate. Again, this was a crit. I don't know if it matters. I could do some calc at some point. Yeah, I'll do some calc towards the end. But I don't think so, because I was mainly Fist F. But here, this, he's in range now at this point of Brave Bird. Just Brave Bird. Brave Birding everything now. As he's going to go into the Quag. So this does less than 50%, and he is Rocky Helmet. So this is where the crit mattered, because the crit would have done, means that we still would have been in the yellow. So I guess it doesn't matter that much. Because, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter that much, because we get knocked out with Rocky Helmet. He's going to get recovery, so I guess maybe not. Because he could have just Ice Beam instead. But yeah, he's going to recover here, which is obviously his win con. I know it's pretty annoying, but that's the way he wins this game. It's just the way it is. We go into our Vaporeon, which is toxic, so there's no way we could win this, right? And he's pretty much, I believe, I'm gonna speed this up a little bit more, because he is pretty much gonna be spamming recover for the entirety of the game, for the remaining of the game. Which, again, no hate. I totally understand that. I'm gonna go for ice beams because I'm trying to get a freeze on him just for the funs of it. I kind of want to see, hey, if I go for ice beam, maybe I'll freeze him, or I'll go for scald, maybe I'll burn him. And I don't get any of those in the first 2 turns. And here I'm kind of sitting like, well, you know what? Let me go for a wish or something. I think it's not gonna be this turn. It's in terms of that. I do go for a wish this turn. Okay, cool. I see he's gonna go for ice beam and do literally no damage. I'm like, huh? Well, you know what? He can't beat me, right? He has to wait for the poison to kill me. Let me see. I have some time, you know. Let me see. Maybe I could make him run out of time. So I'm gonna protect here. I also wanted to see if what's it called? If wish goes before toxic. So for science, it does. Now we know. I see. As Hollister's gonna get some more damage, and at this point, I'm like, you know what? This isn't really worth it. I'm gonna go for I go for the protect here. I actually just wanted to see now how many protects I can get because I realized I did this too late. If I did this as soon as Vaporeon came out, maybe I could have won, but I doubt it. So here, I just want to see how many protects I can get. Just trying to have some fun, you know. And we only get 2. He's gonna go for Ice Beam and not even knock me out. So this kill goes to Arcanine. Screw Quagsire. I hate that Pokemon so much. If you guys watch my video versus Steve in what's it called, in BBR, Quagsire is fucking annoying. It's a piece of shit, and I hate that Pokemon. But fuck Corviknight, that Pokemon also is, fuck all these Pokemon. Why can't you play hyper offense like everyone else? God damn it. But this was still a pretty fun match. For science, we officially know that wish goes before toxic. So for those that found this educational, you are welcome. Make sure to like and subscribe. And for those that enjoyed, make sure to also like and subscribe. We are now 2-5, I believe, in UPA minus either -8 or -11. So we are not doing so hot. And next week we battle Mid Pokemaster, the breeder of the league himself, as they say. So it's gonna be, his team is pretty threatening. I was looking at it this morning. He has things like Mew. He has G-Max Flapple, which is cool. He has a Grimmsnarl. He has a Scolipede, which I personally hate going against. So it's gonna be pretty interesting game. But Mid's a really good homie, so yeah. But anyways, I am gonna get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out SW as well as all the other coaches. They're all always going to be in the description down below. Stay safe, my friends, and have a good one.